Welcome back to Comics Off the Top. My name's Adam, and in this video, I'm going to be previewing and discussing the next Marvel comic NFT to drop on the VEVE app, Spider-Man #1. Spider-Man is dead. Peter Parker is dead. Well, in the Ultimate Universe anyway. Spider-Man #1 is the first in a 5-part miniseries event comic released in 2012, written by the often polarizing but never boring Brian Michael Bendis, with a brilliant pencils by Sarah Pichelli and colors by Justin Ponsor. The comic is dropping on Friday the 18th of Feb, my wife's birthday by the way. I wonder if she wants an NFT for her birthday, at 8 AM Pacific time. As usual, it will be dropping in a $6.99 blind box format. The mint number is 30k, which is the pretty standard comic drop size for VEVE these days. The comic is coming out in 5 variant covers, including the Common, which is the OG first print cover from the original book, the Uncommon, which is the second print variant cover, the Rare, which is the 1 in 100 Sarah Pichelli variant cover from the physical copy, which I might add is the most expensive of all the physical copies of this book, the Ultra Rare, which is the 1 in 30 Humberto Ramos variant cover with the original run, and the Secret Rare, which, as usual, is art taken from inside the book, in this case, the first time Peter Parker and Miles Morales meet. Now, onto the fun stuff. As I so expertly and dramatically proclaimed earlier in the video, Peter Parker is dead. But kind of. He is definitely dead in the Ultimate Universe. After the death of Spider-Man's storyline, which has led to the Ultimate Fallout miniseries in which we meet the new Spider-Man taking his place, the half-black, half-Hispanic Miles Morales. But at the time of this book, it's about a year later and Miles is still pretty fresh to the superhero game. We start in this comic with Earth 616 Peter Parker. After foiling a robbery attempt, he is drawn to an abandoned warehouse due to a strange light. It is here that our hero finds Mysterio, who has managed to open a portal to the Ultimate Universe after somehow finding out that in that universe, Peter Parker is dead. And wanting to spend out his days there so that there's no Parker to foil all his plans, that's his aim. Talk about a confidence issue, am I right? After webbing up Mysterio, Peter investigates the portal. Mysterio gets his hands free, shoots a blast from a gun at the Spider-Man, misses, hits the machine, and of course Spider-Man is sucked into the portal to arrive in the Ultimate Universe. And this eventually leads to the first meeting of Miles and Peter, which is the main selling point of this book. The Spider-Man series is a significant one in terms of the comic Spider-Verse. When Bendis was writing this, I kind of felt like it was a direct middle finger to all the haters of Miles Morales. Miles first appeared in the now legendary Ultimate Fallout #4 after the death of Peter Parker. The death of Spider-Man made worldwide news. It was being featured in news articles and TV shows who normally didn't cover any comic content at all. The death of Peter Parker hit the mainstream media, and as such, a lot of people who were fans of Parker came out to hate on the idea. When it was revealed that Parker's death was a permanent part of the Ultimate Universe, and he was also being replaced and we were getting a new Spider-Man, wow, was that a chance for people who haven't read a comic ever to really, for some reason, hate the idea completely. And of course, the fact that our new Spider-Man was half black and half Hispanic had nothing to do with that at all, he says with extreme sarcasm. Shoot to years later, and Miles Morales is fast becoming one of the most popular superhero characters in the world. With the price and the demand for Ultimate Fallout #4 continuing to climb, and other Miles books including the all-new Ultimate Spider-Man #1, which, along with being the first issue of a Miles Morales owned book, it also features the origin of his version of Spider-Man. But of course, the big breakthrough moment for Miles was the 2018 movie Enter the Spider-Verse. And with really good reason. In my humble opinion, it wasn't just the best Spider-Man of all time, including our latest offering, but has to be in contention for one of the top 5 superhero films of all time. It is, just in my personal opinion, the comic book film I've rewatched the most times in my life. And that is saying a lot. I just can't get enough of the art style, the perfect structured storyline, the inclusion of characters like Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Ham, and of course the scene that makes the film the leap of faith. Holy, every time that scene comes on, my heart swells with a sense of pride for Miles as I see this character I love finally start to become and own that role of Spider-Man. With a follow-up to the film scheduled later this year, and yes, I'm excited for that, you have no idea, the character of Miles is going to continue to gather new fans of old and young alike as we watch him grow in confidence and skills to become the Spider-Man that we know Peter Parker Earth 616, by the end of the Spider-Man miniseries anyway, knows that he's going to be. But to the main question, should you care about this comic? And the answer is, if you're a Miles Morales fan, you're damn right you should. Spider-Man #1 is a fantastic setup issue to the miniseries, which has some truly amazing moments throughout the 5 issues. Moments such as 616 Parker going to the home and seeing Aunt May and Gwen Stacy, both of which who are dead in his reality, and peel back his mask to reveal his tears rolling down his face. That then leads to them sharing stories from their reality and finally finding some sort of cathartic release for all this pent-up sadness between these three characters. Every moment that a young and inexperienced Miles finds ways to impress and gain respect from the 616 Peter. Even the final moment as Peter 616 returns to the universe and asks the question, I wonder if there's a Miles Morales in Earth 616. And with his response being an unanswered question, it momentarily broke the internet. This book series is filled with wonderful art, stories, and characters that bring the Spider-Verse into the modern era and leaves the haters of Miles at the door, as Parker himself approves Miles donning the mask and brandishing the name as Spider-Man. And with Miles to come out into the mainstream MCU with hints being dropped left, right, and center, demand for these key Miles books may continue to grow, as does his fan base, both in size and age. But that's all from me. What do you think of the book? Are you going to be going for the drop? Put all your thoughts in the comments of this video below. But apart from all that, thank you so much for watching. I've got plenty comic book content coming out for you in the future, so please make sure you're subscribing and hitting that bell icon for notifications. But apart from all that, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you're staying safe, staying healthy, being amazing, and as always, I will see you in the next one.